Hi, it's me, Rob, and today I'm back on International Drive for another update video. So come hang out, I'll show you some stuff. I'm over here at the former site of Magical Midway. I've shown you guys this before. I'm only bringing it up now because I expected there to at least be some movement of some sort over here by now. This closed in April of 2024. It is now May 2026. Supposed to be getting 2 new restaurant pads over here, but there's been zero movement, and as far as I can tell, there's no plans to be doing anything over here yet. Online, it was saying that they're still trying to like figure out who's gonna lease the area and like what the game plan is. So, I don't know. I just expected there to be something there by now. So no movement at all on the former Magical Midway location, which is kind of interesting. It's been a long time. All right, I decided to do a quick drive-by over here of Bear Hug Brewing. It looks like they are allowing parking over here now for Cambria hotels, which is interesting. But still zero movement over here for the new Bear Hug Brewing. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'm convinced it's not gonna open. So consider this my last update on this building and this business until I actually see something over here. Because every time I come over here, I'm expecting to at least see the George's Musician Store sign like not be up there anymore. And it's just, I mean, this got blackout spray painted, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to think of this project over here. But this will be the last time you hear about it from me, at least for the foreseeable future. All right, so now I'm over across from Surfside Hotel next to the gift shop over here. The Halal Food Express has closed. This restaurant was having a lot of trouble. They had many health code violations, including hundreds of flying insects, rodent activity, bags up floor drains, and food temperature violations. That accelerated their closure according to data online. And apparently the rent in this strip mall is astronomical. I don't know how much truth there is to that. That's just what I saw on the internet. There's also speculation that this entire strip area may be getting a major renovation. So I will keep my eyes peeled on that for you guys. But this side of International Drive definitely needs some love. And I do wonder how long this will sit empty. But Halal Food Express is now closed over here on International Drive. If you have been paying attention to my vlogs at all, or just news in general about International Drive, you knew that Black Angus Steakhouse closed permanently. This was a restaurant here on iDrive for a long time, for like 30 years. And the monumental Movie Land Hotel also closed. As you can see, the windows and stuff are all boarded up, and there is some chain stuff over here for authorized use only. They are blocking some of this off. So I have news. I have news for you guys. This is exciting news. This entire block, 6227 through 6223, is being completely shut down because the prime real estate is being cleared for a massive modern redevelopment plan right here in this area. Monumental Movie Hotel closed. The 1970s era infrastructure was one of the reasons that it closed. Also age and all that stuff, which I basically had just said. Also, apparently rent was a big reason that Black Angus shut down. So anyways, the exact specific brand for the new build remains under wraps by developers. Apparently is currently a secret. But the property has been targeted for demolition and a total mixed use rezoning behind me here on iDrive. So one of the things that they're saying that it's being cleared for is a modern mid-rise / high-rise hotel tower. Plans for a new 300-room hotel. And this area is being described or earmarked for modern strip of trendy, fast casual restaurants and walkable retail to compete with newer iDrive developments like Vineland Point. Wow. So it looks like this whole section over here is gonna get fixed up. It said it was totally a secret, but then also told me all that stuff. So I will keep you guys posted, but it looks like this area here is being earmarked for total redevelopment, demolition. And this is right across the street from Surfside Hotel. There's Waffle House and all that stuff. Applebee's is right over there on the corner. And Universal Boulevard is right up here. The KFC and all that stuff's right up here. So this is a pretty good location for something like this. I think something like this on this side of iDrive would be very helpful. So I'm looking forward to continuing to check up on this area and see what's going on. There's some people out here working today too. They're out here like clearing some palm trees and stuff, and there's some cars over here in the parking lot. So it looks like there's already some activity over here at Black Angus, the former Black Angus. There's also some construction going on over here in front of these suburban suites. Are they expanding or just adding like a front courtyard area? I didn't have time to look this up, but I'm also driving and happened to be at a red light, so I figured I'd try to catch it on camera real quick. If anybody knows anything about what's going on here at 7200 International Drive, in front of the Travel Lodge. Sorry, it's the Travel Lodge that's over here. Anybody know what's going on over there? So I'm over at Volcano Island Miniature Golf, just for kind of a fun, just a quick stop by here. This is still abandoned, and there's still no plans at all to do anything with this space, which I think is really interesting. Seems like this would be a good spot for somebody to do something, at least clear it for more parking or something, you know? This is right over here by the Rosen International, and these still abandoned former Game Changers building. But yeah, this is sitting abandoned. I just got on the internet, did a little research, and there's nobody's got any plans for anything over here. Interesting. We are making our way down International Drive to go take a look at progress on PopStroke and Build-A-Bear. I have some bad news about PopStroke. I will tell you more about that when we get over there. All right, we're gonna talk about Build-A-Bear first. I found out some new stuff about their food offering and all that. So the way that they're hoping this will work is like, obviously the bar restaurant area is on the 3rd floor, right? Well, the 2nd floor balcony thing, whatever they're calling it, whatever term you want to use for whatever floor that is, right? They're hoping that you'll go through and buy your bear and then go upstairs with your new bear friend and hang out, grab a drink, maybe get a snack. They're using the word retailtainment to describe this concept here for the new Build-A-Bear. A lot of trees in the way over here, and might not have been the best idea for a shot. They're looking good for a summer opening, so they have from now until like September to open. But they're looking good. For that, they're on track. As you can see, they're working away today. Over here in the corner, there's some guys over there on some machinery doing some stuff. The other thing that I found out online for the speculation of like what the restaurant and stuff is going to be is right now the plan is not, as far as I can see, is they're not going to partner with like a third-party restaurant or anything. And most likely what we'll see in this bar restaurant area is like light fare, appetizers, snacks, a couple of different kinds of drinks, nothing like super crazy. The idea of the lounge on that 3rd floor is for you to be able to hang out with your new friend, your new bear. Also saw some things about potentially like teddy bear shaped picnic tables, some stuff like that. There's also gonna be like a courtyard area. I just don't know where that's gonna be because it's pretty tight. Maybe around that back side, I don't know. But yeah, Build-A-Bear is looking good. And that's a little more insight for you guys on the plans for the food and all that. Next up is PopStroke and some bad news. It's not all bad news. The good news is that they're still plugging along over here at the new site of the PopStroke, the 36-hole to 18-hole courses style mini putt-putt. Of course, these guys are over here working away today. They've got this big structure up here and another structure all the way down there that looks like it's making its way along. There's also a lot of concrete poured and plenty of plumbing and stuff, it looks like, coming up. So they're making their way right along over here. That's the good news. The good news is that they're still working. The other good news is that I'm hearing rumors of potentially like some waterfalls, maybe a shark tank. And what was the other thing I saw? Beer garden. Yeah. Here's the bad news for you guys about PopStroke. It's been delayed. They were shooting to open this summer. It's not gonna happen. Sometime fall, I'm assuming late fall. And I think that we're gonna be lucky to see PopStroke open before the end of the year. Hope I'm wrong. So yeah, there's the bad news about PopStroke. It's been delayed. Okay, let's see what's next on my list here. Oh yeah, there's a new restaurant over here. Baines Grill. I might not be saying this right. B-A-R-E-S, Baines Grill. We're gonna head over there right now. Okay, just a quick break here. I have one ask for you guys, just one simple ask. If you're watching this video, you enjoyed this content, please hit the subscribe button. I need some more subscribers. It'll help me, it'll help you. I love making these videos, and I would love to be able to make better videos, but I need more subscribers in order to do that. So please hit the subscribe button. Anyways, moving on to the last stop of the day. All right, I'm over here at Barry's Grill. I think it's Barry's, because it's like Blair without the L. Anyways, this just opened in March, but apparently Barry's Grill has been a thing since 1999. This is over here right next to Walt Disney World. This is an authentic Argentine steakhouse, Miami-based chain. And they opened in March, like I already told you guys. Sorry, I had to flip my page there. They got premium steaks, grilled octopus, shrimp, and pasta, and a strong wine list, heavy on Malbecs and Argentine selections. Also have a lot of shareable family-style dishes, and a happy hour Monday through Friday, 4 to 7, where it's half off drinks. I'm gonna go see if they'll let me film inside. I don't know that it's open. Oh, the door over there is open. This is just a look here for you at the outdoor seating area. This is really nice. They got little cushions and couch style things over here. This is awesome. I would eat here. In fact, I'm gonna eat here, not today, but soon. All right, they were kind enough to let me come in here and film the inside of the restaurant. This is amazing. They just opened in March. Look at this place. The lighting, the mirrors, the tables, the chairs. This is awesome. I'm gonna take a look at the menu so you guys can see some of the prices. But this looks really cool. And I'm gonna bet it's not cheap. What do you guys think? This is the bar area. I mean, look at these. Look at this seating they have here. This is amazing. Oh my gosh. I'm bringing my wife here for sure. A little tree in the middle. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, so update number 1. It's Baines. It's not Barris. So that's number 1. I just asked the wonderful hostess lady here how to say it. But she's let me take a look at the menu for you guys. And this is their new lunch specials. These are available until 3 o'clock from open till 3 p.m. Monday to Friday. Empanada, Caesar salad, soup of the day, glazed salmon, penne pesto cream, grilled salmon, beef bowl, gnocchi. Like I said, they got some new lunch specials here. And then this is their full menu here, so you guys can kind of take a look at some of the prices. From the grill here for the steaks, for a skirt steak, you're looking at $43. Now that's 12 ounces. Short ribs for 18 ounces, $37. Filet mignon, 8 ounces, $46. And a 16-ounce ribeye will cost you $49. These are some of their shareable plates over here. Skin skirt steak, 30 ounces, $88. Paradilla. If anybody knows how to say that, I'm sorry, but I don't. They got some cool salads down here. You're looking at, like, I don't know, between 18 and 30 for a salad, depending on which one you get. And the pastas, I don't see any over 30. So if you're looking for pastas, you're spending under $30. Then they also have a tuna steak down here for $36, a branzino and a salmon, as well as a handful of sides too. Okay, so there was another update for you on the old International Drive here in Orlando. I love this place. I love making these videos, and I hope you guys find them informative. Hope it helps you out. If you have any questions, concerns, if you have any places you want me to check out, anything that I said was wrong, please feel free to tell me in the comments. I'm here to hear it. So anyways, yeah, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys next time.